Okay. Let's see. Oops, I thought I started that. Okay, so like the first thing I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to just go back over the puzzles that I've built using this mechanic just to see like what I think of all of them. My initial thinking was that I would just start with this one, which I still like, just because it's kind of like you just have to deduce sort of what's going on, and then this one's just a variation thereof. I think you can do, yeah, you could do that too. I almost wonder about that though, even having this. Like it's alright just because it's interesting, but it kind of feels like it would be better to have the next puzzle be one that requires you to connect the other one, like connect the white dot tile. That might be too hard though. Oops, gotta get my chat window here. It's like I kind of wonder, I don't know, like I always wonder how interesting something is, right? Because it's like I've got 4 and then 3 and then 2. So that kind of works, right? But oh yeah, okay. So since that stream I added these two, which are just intended to get you to realize that like it subtracts additively. I think that in a way also makes me not like this as much being here. It's not terrible, but I'll probably post on the actual Twitch thing. I mean, people should have got notifications if they're following the channel. So I'd say like 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe cut this one. I also want to try something really quickly, like if I let's take this puzzle. Can I change it to where it's forced like that? Like I feel like if I go -2, Oops, -2 there, and then -1 here. Although that would work at 4. Let's see, what would it do otherwise? So if we took 6 minus 2, it's 5. So you can still do that, right? I guess kind of what I did here, right? Just before. Oh, okay. I see. So that's kind of what I'm doing here with this one. Interesting. So it's kind of becoming redundant is the only problem. Set that panel there to where it's not weird, but interesting. So I could theoretically put it up there and then require you to do that. Instead of this. I'm also thinking about doing one that's got 3 in there. But if I change that to be that, then you'd have to do that. If I do it that way, I guess there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do it that way or that way, right? It's actually kind of cool doing that, though. Because that kind of does the thing I was thinking about, which is just like giving you a... Yeah, I like that. Just because it makes it harder. Makes it harder and enforces a specific solution. And it's confusing because you think about combining stuff. Unless there's some weird thing I'm not thinking of. I don't think so. I think it's literally that. I guess I can check. Yeah, there's only one. So this is the only one here that I don't necessarily like. Like, I like it because you're combining over here. It's like I kind of want it to be like... So this one's the one that's supposed to be... No, okay, that one works like that. So I don't know about that, because it's like the same as this one. That, I guess, but like, it feels better to combine this and this and instead make this one have 5 in this corner. Then, like, you theoretically could reach it, but then it's too much, right? So then you have to do that, right? So I kind of think that's better, rather than kind of going through and then putting the dark combination one there, to go ahead and introduce the combination thing here and separation thing at the same time. Yeah, that might be too much at the same time. So maybe I could put this one first and then put this one. That seems good. I think I'll do that. So that means... Hold on, I gotta figure out which one I'm pulling out from this sequence. This one. So number 4, pull that one out, and then put number 6 there. So that gets pulled out, and then this gets moved back 1. So then that kind of acts as a sequence there. So we get like 3 here. 1 where we just have to deduce the mechanic completely. 1 where it's just, okay, based on that, I should be able to do that, right? 1 where it's a little bit trickier than 1 where I have to combine these with that, not the other way around. And then I have 1 where I have to combine these, but I also have to, like, unless I want to introduce cancellation there, because that's kind of what I was trying to do later, was introduce cancellation, which I could kind of kill all the birds with 1 stone on that. But anyway, the idea here was that you do that, right? And that this doesn't combine with that. So it's just intended to kind of be tricky, or trip you up, I suppose. Then this one you have to do 1 from each. 4 and then 3. So that's actually the same as that. So that's the one I haven't figured out what to do. So I'm kind of happy with this as a set. It might be too hard, but kind of happy with it. But I sort of, this just makes me think of one where you would do like this and separate it into 3 groups. Which would be like, if I took that, and let's see, another one there and there. I don't know what that's exactly going to do, but that's what I was thinking, is that you would do that, and that would cancel that out, right? So otherwise you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and you got 5, 4, 3, 2. There's just the one solution there. I wonder if somebody will actually be able to figure that out. If that's too much. It'd certainly be worth trying, I guess, like that, just to see how people react, whether they find that too difficult. It's really hard to decide on, anyway. What if I changed that to be like that? That would be the same as the first one. But it might be okay to do it that way. To make it be like that. if I did that? Put -6 here. And that there. That. I think I'll go with that for a combining one with one and one with the other thing. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Pull this off to the side, but then we're gonna paste those in and probably put that earlier in the sequence. I could put that like here, like I could have that, or combine that and then that. If I did it this way with -6 there and that there. It's only doable the way that I first did it. But then that kind of makes it feel like it should be earlier. Like it should be over here. Like the 5th one. It's really hard to decide on early puzzles like this what's the best approach, though. Because I still didn't have any that combined, except this that combined with the dark one. It's like, how much do I want to separate out things, right? It's really hard to figure out how that should go. So my initial idea was to not have a very straightforward cancellation puzzle. This one feels like it's almost straightforward, but not really. It's not like I showed you the cancellation thing. I just required you to kind of guess that that's the only way you could do it. So the thing that would make sense at that point would be one that's like Like that kind of thing. Seems to make sense. Because otherwise you end up just that. So then I kind of wanted to jump to cancellation. I wanted to just do a set of like these where you just kind of do the obvious. Okay, yeah. There's got to be a better cancellation set there, but I'm not sure what. It's also really hard to know for sure what to do. Yeah, that's really boring. Same as one I already have. Those are all not good, actually. Straight up not good. Okay, so that was my earlier one for like combine one with one and one with the other. Switch that to that. It doesn't make sense to really start that with like one that adds at this point. It seems maybe fair to make the leap here where they add together and you need to pull them out of this one. Anyway, I'm just trying to think for just cancellations. So we got one here that's cancellation, but the first one you do, you probably won't know what the heck that means. So it kind of makes sense to do all of this, then do these, then go to these. So like, if we were putting it actually in sequence, it would be that sequence, then this sequence, and then this sequence after that. because you'd have to be like, okay, this is kind of how cancellation works, and figure that out. Because I sort of start out here with like cancel and just connect the areas that cancel, right? I don't know whether this is a particularly good one, though. I want to try making one more of these type puzzles. So I feel like there's something maybe better I could do there. It's a bit more shuffled up. I swear I already did one like this down here somewhere. Yeah, this one actually already did. This was already one that was like that. I do wonder whether I can make a cleaner one, though. The most clean one would be like this. That's wrong. I think I need to do that one, and I think there's one other one that I kind of need to do at that size. know. I don't know about this last one. I think I'll just leave it off for now. I really don't know what order to put all those in. So let's look at these. 6 minus 1 is 5. And that makes that in the middle, so maybe I need to use them as 6. Yeah, okay. Is that the same thing? Oh, no, it isn't. Six minus 1 is 5. 3 minus 1 is 2. Let's see. 6 minus 2 is 4. Doesn't feel like I'm supposed to do that, though. I'm not super keen on this last one here. Six minus 2 is 4. Just not keen on that last one. It feels like it has a lot of solutions. So it's like 17 solutions. I don't really know which was the one that I liked. Probably that one. Could have enforced by doing like this. Doesn't really enforce it though. So there's still other weird solutions. Music's timed out. Hello, 8th Mage. I'm not sure how long I've been missing your message there, but how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So that'd be 4. Yeah, so that works. I might leave that one there, like that. Since it's not terrible. Sounds like a mouse squeaking. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I didn't look at it though, or did not look at it for that long. Then I just sort of just glanced over and saw that there was something there. Okay, let's see. So I'm trying to see how many of like these kind of things I can actually get out of this, because I've already got a set here that I'm kind of happy with, and then this that I'm kind of happy with, and then this that I'm kind of happy with. I'm not 100% on them, but they're fine. And then these are okay. I don't love this one, but these three are fine. And I kind of want to see what's going on with this. Let's see. Here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got 6, so I can cancel that out. So that's probably what I do. So I don't love that one because it's kind of the same as this one, just bigger. That might be alright though. Vector optimizations for Intel. Okay. Sounds difficult. Let's see. 3. Okay. I don't really like that one either. Problem with the bigger ones, it's just really easy to kind of make whatever out of them. This one not so much, that one's okay, I guess. Then we're off into these kind of double step whatever ones, which then are kind of more interesting because you have to think about what you can make it to, because like 4, 3, 2, but if I make it here, then it's 5 and 4. So it's 9, 8, 7, 6. 6, 5. Let's see, 4, 3, 2. Actually, don't know whether this is even possible. There probably is possible, yeah, if I add them all up completely. So it would make more sense for me to start with something that wasn't about canceling, because this one's like canceling 1, 2, 3, 4, and then yeah. So that one's actually pretty easy. You just have to realize you're going to cancel. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. So that's 4. And then yeah. Okay. It's not terrible. I feel like there's got to be something better with these, though. Maybe I'll find it, but 6, 5. It probably goes to there. So 2, 1. So that's not it. So that's 2. Let's see, let me add up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Okay, so it's 6, 12, 15. 6, 12, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. It'll work. It's that. Six. Is there any game jam coming up? I don't know. I think one thing you can do. Hold on. I think you can look up. I think you can do itch.io jams. Yeah, and there should be a whole schedule here of itch.io jams. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on here. I would say, generally speaking, this is a good resource if you want to see what game jams are coming up. It's pretty useful as far as that goes. There we go. This one's actually pretty tricky, this puzzle. I like this one. And that one's pretty good too, just because cancellation. But because there's so few of these, it's not that hard. Whereas this one, it's hard because it's like, when I have this 2, I can either connect it with 2, and then it would cancel completely. And then it could be any size that I want. Or it's just canceled, or I have that exact size. Now with a 3, I know it's going to be a 2, so it's going to be either this way or the other way. With 6, I could cancel again, or I could combine like this: 6, 5, 4, 3. So it makes 3. So I can't do that. 6, 5, 4, 3, because then it would have. It's wrong, so I have to combine it with another one. But 2 doesn't really work unless I combine both. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. So that one's actually pretty good. I like that one. So that one's not bad, and that one's not bad, I would say. Particularly this one's not bad, though. But I'd say this, this, and this. Although, maybe this could be done better. But, yeah, that, and that. Maybe they're all okay. Because I kind of just wonder, to like a new person, it might all feel about the same there. The reason I don't like that one is because it's just doesn't require a lot of thinking. If there's no way to kind of think your way out of it, then it feels bad to me. This one, like, really any combination of anything that's will do, right? as long as you've got it separated into 2 areas. Yeah, I'm not sure. The only reason I don't like that one is because I feel like it's too similar to this one. I think I'll pull that one out for now, and that one out, and I'll just have this, and this, and we'll put these first 2 as tentative puzzles again, so they'll go over here, and we'll say maybe, but yeah, as far as game, oh gosh. The dog is loud. So as far as game jams coming up that are worth focusing on, I don't really know. I guess here is that these are like this, and then 4, 3, 2. See if I add that to that, then that works. It's probably. Okay, so that one's not the first 2 things I thought of. If it's 1, I can combine with 1. Three. I don't know why everyone thinks it's a cat. It's not a cat, it's a dog. Cats don't bark, for one thing. Anyway, I didn't love that one just because I kind of wanted one where you'd have to combine the other. There might be a bunch of solutions on this one though. There's 4. Let's see. Then I had this one that's 2-steppers. So that's 6, and then 5, 4, and then 3, 2. And if I add another 2, then that's 4. So that's fine. Probably makes sense to do that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And combine that, yeah. So that's almost good. Except that I feel like it needs more over here or something. But this one is fine, but has too many solutions, and this one has 1 solution, but the solution I think needs to be a little bit more complex. I'm gonna wonder if I add this and do this. Interesting if that doesn't work. Let's see, because that's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, so that cancels out. -2. So if it was -2, then it would work, though. So that would cancel, that would cancel. And this wouldn't cancel. Oh, let's see. If I've done them by hand, it's weird that I solved them again. I mean, it's not weird that I solved them again because I might not know what the solution is. Not every puzzle only has one solution. Some puzzles have multiple solutions. Also, I have to kind of go through and resolve them just to remember what like the flow of ideas is as you go through a set of puzzles. So, you know, if I was just looking at these unsolved, let's say, or even solved, it really doesn't matter. Then I don't necessarily know what the flow of ideas was as you go through here, and what does that feel like. And I try to imagine if I didn't know what the mechanic was at all, like, what would I know at the point that I solved this, or what would I maybe think, and then what would be a better puzzle to go next. And so I sort of try to iterate on the sequence of puzzles to improve it, so that's why I have to go back through it multiple times. You know, I can't just like make a whole bunch of puzzles and then I'm done, because I don't necessarily know like what makes sense at each step as the player's going through the area and solving different puzzles. What type of puzzle makes sense, or is interesting, or is new, or is kind of adding an extra layer of complexity to think about there. So I don't really like canceling on that one. That's what bugs me there. And if I have this, then it worked without that, right? Because it was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought that was 5, though. If it's 4, then it canceled. Let me check and see what it was. Okay, so it was 4, so it was canceling. But just as far as how I made them in the first place, is I just kind of come up with a mechanical idea. So in the case of these, if you haven't seen them at all before, I can explain how they work, which of course will spoil some of the game, because kind of part of the game is figuring out how the puzzles work. I should go off and show you, I guess, the earlier puzzles in the area. So let's see if I can find stuff. So in this area, it's just kind of like this mechanic gradually gets introduced, right? Where you've got these dots on the panels. So you come to these, and well, these ones are pretty simple. It's like, okay, well, that worked. So you try filling that up, and well, that didn't work, so maybe you try the other, and okay, that works. So then you've got a puzzle here that's this kind of walk-around puzzle where you walk on it. And sort of based on what we saw earlier, it's like, well, I guess if it's a black dot, I should light it up, and if it's a dark dot, I should leave it low, so... Or a light dot, I should say, I should leave it low. So then I just kind of have to do that here, right? So like I have to kind of figure out how I'm going to do that. Of course, this is these walk-around ones, so they sort of work like this. It's like it has to be a thing I can walk around. So then it's just, the challenge is sort of figuring out what's a shape that I can do that with, right? Anyway, so from there, it develops out, and eventually you realize, well, I guess the next thing you realize is that in the case of like these, that doesn't work. It only works if like you have just the one, and same there, right? So the way that these work actually is that you need to have whatever the dice face amount is that's on a tile. It has to be part of Okay, here's the panel. It has to be part of an area that's that same size. So let me make an example panel. So if I have like a 4, then the area needs to be 4 in size. It doesn't really matter what the shape is as long as it's 4 in size, right? If I have a 6, it's the same thing, right? It needs to be 6 in size. It doesn't really matter what the shape is as long as it's the area, as long as it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles. And the other thing is if I have like 2, let me lighten up this background on this panel because it's a little dim. If I have like 2 things, then they add together. So 1, 2, and then I post together that one. Now they've added together, and so it's got to be 4, right? It has to be like the sum total of that area. And if they're negative, or if they're lit up like that, then they have to be dark, right? And that's mostly for contrast's sake, because if I solved the puzzle and if it was white on white and black on black, then you wouldn't be able to really see what was going on. It's not that unsimilar to some of the mechanics in The Witness, sure. So these red ones, the way that they work, which again, this is spoilers, but since you're watching me work on it, I suppose you're okay with spoilers. The way that they work is that they subtract. So like, if you think about that this wants a positive area 4, you could say this wants a negative area 4, but it doesn't actually want a negative area 4. What happens is if you combine it with another area that has a positive amount in it, then it subtracts from that amount. So in this case, this wanted 4 normally, but because if I put like a -1, then it wants 3, right? You can't just leave it by itself, though. It has to be subtracting from something. So anyway, so that's how that one works. So that's what I'm working on here is ones that do that, right? Just sort of a extended variation on the same thing. Let's see. So the thing I was trying to decide whether to do here is whether to add something else to this panel. But yeah, the reason I'd have to resolve them again is because I'm kind of just throwing stuff at the wall mostly and seeing what sticks or what seems kind of interesting, and there can be more or less interesting puzzles that are based around the same idea. So in the case of these puzzles, like the idea was that every tile that's not got a regular dice face symbol on it has got a -1, and so you have to think about like every time I step over here that it's affecting the amount that I need to aim for, right? So in the case of this one, it's like 4, and then I stepped 1, and now it would want an area of 3, and if I step again, it wants an area of 2, which of course doesn't really work because I've already got an area of 3, so there's no way I could do that, but I can combine it with that one, and so then I get 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, and so it's like, well, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, say 6, well, 6 and then 5, so now it doesn't work again. So the thing that you have to kind of gather with this one, which you would theoretically know at this point, is that there's enough to add up to the total amount, which is 9, right? So if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then it'll work, because what happens here is if it adds up completely, then it like just cancels out to 0, and then at that point it really doesn't matter what the size is, other than there's another shape here that needs to be that size too. Kind of the reason I don't like this so much, though, is because even though this one's not canceling out and that's not canceling out, This one is, and that one is, and I kind of wanted one of them to not cancel out here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I can't really think of any way to do it with those, other than... Because if I do 4, 6 minus 4 is 2. And so that doesn't really work. And 6 minus 4 is 2 there. So then that would be 4. So if they were... Let's see. 6 minus 4 is 2, and 6 minus 4 is 2. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. If I did it this way, it would work, I think. But then that would put a -1 in there. So I don't really like that either. Let's see, 6, 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. So it doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 5, basically, which is that. And I guess I need a -2, or a 2 and a -2 here. Or a subtracted 2 there. I don't know if that puts other solutions in there now. No, it's still the same. So that makes that a little better to me, just because it's, as I'm going through and thinking about it, it gives me more things to think about, right? So I don't really like having a puzzle that you're sort of working in one corner of it and trying to start towards solving it, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I solved it, I guess. I don't really like that, so let's look at these. So I've got 6 and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 12, 14, minus 7 is 7. 6. So it definitely doesn't want me to do that. Two, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. That's kind of what I thought that one would be like. So that one's not terrible, but it feels like it should be earlier than these. Like that one should go up here. Let's see. 1, 2, is 5. Subtract 2 from 5. Doesn't really work. So going 3, 4, 5. I think I'm supposed to do that. Five, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot. Yeah. So I feel like that's maybe not what I expected there, but I think I maybe expected that, but so I don't really like that much. Let's see what's going on here. Problem is, like, I've got an auto solver thing, but for bigger panels it tends to just time out without finding any solutions. So the only reason I use the auto solver is just to find out, like, if I like a particular solution to a puzzle and I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat, or that's not something I would have thought of immediately, then I like to see if there's other ones. So this one has a lot of negative space. Now, that's got to be that, because there's, well, I guess it could be that or that, but it's definitely going to be one or the other of those. See, we got 6 and 6 and 5 and 2. So that's 12 and then 18 and 19, I think. Yeah, 19. Minus 4 is 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I need like 3 more out of here. Okay. So that's not too bad, just because it's literally just doing the math. It's just a lot of math to do. Let's see. Here I got 3 and 1, so that probably makes 2. And I got 2 and 2 and 1, so that'll make 3. And then I got, let's see, 3 and 2. 2 and 2 is probably what I do there. 4 plus 6, 7. Minus 1 is 6, so that's probably that. So that's not bad either. So I kind of like both of those. I'm not sure where to put them, but I'll definitely pull them out and as good ones. Let me think of where to put them. I guess I mostly should pull this one out and put it off somewhere else, I don't like it that much. So we'll put it over here with the ones I didn't like that much. And, okay. I know I don't like that one already. Actually, not even sure why this one's here. I think that one's an accident. So I think that one's just me making a copy of this one. I'm gonna delete that. And then this one, yeah, I don't like that either, because it's just a slightly more complicated version of another one that I already had. So, let's see about this one. Did I not solve this one? Oh yeah, I did. It's like, that, yeah. Okay, so, let's see, 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, so this one theoretically should go before these because it's, well, yeah, probably. 6, 5, 4, 3. 4. 5, 4. So it's 5, 6, 5, 4. So that's okay. And that's okay. And then that's alright. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So that should be like that. Yeah, there we go. So that's not terrible. So I'd say those are pretty good. More or less how they are. I don't really know. Not really sure order-wise where to put those, because these could come here, and then this one could go after this one. I feel like I need one with 2s on every one that's this size, though. Alright, see you around. But yeah, that's probably okay. Puts me with 29 puzzles that I'm probably gonna be happy with. Yeah, I might call the stream there. Let me look back at these, but I don't think I really liked any of these. This one's okay, but it's just because it's... I feel like it's just the same as that.
Right back. I'm gonna go play with it.
Okay. Still don't know about these just because these aren't that hard. 6 and 1 and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. And then with this one, I've got 2. Here we've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So those aren't bad. Those actually aren't terrible. I guess my main concern there is just going into this area as a set of puzzles. It feels weird that you don't have to do these. That it's just kind of like that, and then trying to figure out how I'm gonna fit in these guys. This is a whole big set more of puzzles. Like puzzles that you have to go through to get here. You get over here. Yeah, I can't really think of how to organize this that's better. It makes sense for it to be up here somewhere, but not after these. I don't feel like, because I feel like it should split, and you should have the option to do those and the others. I guess the other option is I could put all of these over here. So there'd be 9 puzzles right here. That might not be terrible. There's a way to solve that problem. And then I could put all the red dot ones at the end. Yeah. Restart that again, and then I want to figure out what to do here. it's weird because it's just like I feel like the red ones are a branch off of this that should be optional in a way, but I don't know where to make it optional. Stuff. A lot of stuff to think about. Even just structuring an area. It's like I'm pretty happy with the structure up to this point. And then I like this. Tough. I already didn't know how to organize this area, so I just made a branch thing, and like this is the main branch, and then there's a branch with those weird type of puzzles, and there's a branch with these weird type of puzzles. So then here, that's kind of the same thing, where it's like it needs to get up here and then branch, and it already does. It branches there and it branches there, but these are kind of mainline. So it's just strange that it feels like the main line is go over here and do these, and go up here and do these, and go over here and do these, right? And since these are the easiest, it makes sense to put these in the critical path. Because these are harder than these, definitely. It's really hard to figure out. Because it almost feels like that's the thing I'm trying to think of as far as like pacing this area goes, is I don't want to exhaust the player with too many of one thing, right? And like this is nice because it's changed pace, but then it's weird that it feels like it leads over to these puzzles because it doesn't feel like these necessarily follow that. Like, it feels more like this should go over here. You can do these 4, then you can do these and end the level, or there's a whole hidden area with this mechanic that you can find your way into, right? That's kind of what it feels like it should be. It can force you into that mechanic as well, and just require you to do it as part of the others. Like, you would go here and do this, and then you go here and you do this, and then you do that. But it feels like it's kind of better to have it the other way. Because this sort of, it's intended to work like this. But you go and you do that. And do that, and then you have to solve this. Which is supposed to be challenging. And I know it is, because I've seen people try to solve it. Then you resolve this way to get up there, right? Go over here, but because you have to like go through these to get to these different places, it doesn't really feel good to like necessarily have this have a different kind of puzzle than the other ones. So then it makes more sense to just have it be a branch off from here. Like that you just kind of go down here and do them. Like that makes more sense anyway. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Gosh, that makes a mess. The only other alternative as far as where to put them is like not even in this area and just do a separate area for them. But that seems weird. want those. This area is already huge. It's not as big as this, but it's really hard to manage the size of these things. Got an idea though that I think might work. So if instead of putting this here, I'd have this, and then there'd be another branch over here that you do. Then that opens up here. Because then that gives me room to put a branch over here. That's those red ones. So it would kind of look like this, I think. So we put that there. Or something similar. We take this and put it down here. And then these will have to get done, and then there'll be a door that opens here. Yeah, so you would kind of go down here, you'd start at this puzzle, work your way back, and then the door would be open. And then I kind of want to put this one somewhere else, though. Just because I like it, but so I think we'll put it here, and that'll be the key into that other area that has the red dot ones. That seems alright. So that's gonna go down here. And then we'll put the thing there. And then there's gonna be a door here that you unlock basically by doing all of these. Go and do that. And then, yeah, that sounds good. So then we have this over here that you can go up and do, and then I can have an area over here that you can go up separately, right? For these. Because then these can get stuffed in right here. Crap. Sitting around. Just gotta get moved out of the way. So that works, because that gives me a whole another branch there where I can go off. really just a question of whether or not I want that particular puzzle to be necessary. I feel like it probably should be. I feel like you should be able to do that before you do these. So that there would be a door here. Then there'll be another door here. That, and then we have that kind of thing. There's a little bit of a gap there. Something like that, maybe. It's tricky, though. If I just like wall it off here, which I could. Just looks strange. I don't really know a good way to build that out right now, so. Certainly doable to do it like that. seems reasonable for a way to integrate those in there. Makes that an area with an awful lot of puzzles. Feels like those gizmos take a long time to draw, which is interesting. Just having those actually slows down the editor a lot. But yeah, so that's all the puzzles in the game there. Let's see how many that is. 235. And I've got an area there that's not done, some more puzzles there that aren't done, some puzzles here that might make their way in, a bunch down there that probably won't. Alright, I think that's good, and I'll call the stream off here. Oh, thanks again, everybody who joined me on the stream. It's always fun to have people hang out with me while I get some work done. If you're not following the stream already, oops, if you're not following the channel already, rather, here we go. So if you're not following already, of course, there's a follow button. So click that. I'm not sure where it is. I guess I can't follow my own channel, but there should be a little follow button around here. So click that if you're not following already. There is, of course, a YouTube archive. Well, there's a link from there here. So you can click that and to find a archive. Actually, I should probably make that link here. So I'll change that link, but you can find an archive of all the streams here. And there's also a blog that you can get to from just here. You can click that logo, or click the link down here, and it'll take you to the blog where I write about what I've been working on each week, or as often as I can. Sometimes I don't get to it every week. Anyway, so thanks for joining, and I will see you all around.